Ever stop to think how much those little impulse buys on your phone are adding up to, and how many subscription payments are sneaking out of your bank account every single month? Before I started using Rocket Money, let me tell you, I had no idea. But the first time I logged in, I saved $435. I couldn't believe it. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps you find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. I just love the dashboard. It shows everything in one place, even the subscriptions you forgot you signed up for. And if there's something you don't need, Rocket Money helps you cancel it. Plus, it alerts you if a bill increases or if something unusual pops up in your account. It's basically like having a personal assistant for your money. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/Kim today. That's rocketmoney.com/Kim. rocketmoney.com/Kim. Hey, this is the third hour of the Kim Komando Show. So glad that you're here with us. Sit back and enjoy. So when you use AI at work, do you ever make sure that you don't have the M dashes in there, or sometimes ChatGPT 4.0 will actually put a 4.0 at the end, so that this way your coworkers think that you actually did this from scratch? Have you ever done that?
No, I didn't even know it could tattletale on me. I don't like this at all.
No, M dashes.
Yeah.
If, those big hyphens. If you put those in something, everybody knows, like, oh, yeah, that was ChatGPT.
Yeah, you don't know what that is on your own.
42% of folks say that they do hide that they are using AI at work. Why? Because they say it's their secret advantage. And the second reason, they say that if their work is found out that they're using AI, maybe their job would be eliminated or even reduced.
Makes sense.
Yes. Have you heard about this new AI robot?
I haven't, but I'm so curious.
It can take off all your clothes and then give you a whole new outfit.
Really?
Yes, it changes people.
Wow.
So incredibly funny.
Do you rewrite stuff on ChatGPT so it sounds more human? Like, do you refeed whatever it gives you and say spit it out again?
Or I told it to make it sound like me.
Oh, okay. And you use it so much, it knows exactly what you're talking about.
It does. And it also knows we're working on, Miles here in the office was working on a project with TikTok, as a matter of fact.
Okay.
And he sent it to me, and I haven't even announced this new company that I've been working on in the background.
Right.
And it says, oh, this goes directly, and it compliments Kim's blah, blah, blah new company named.
Oh, it knows it.
Wild. So everything that you do that they say, oh, we're not going to do anything else with this.
We had something similar to that. We always, my girlfriend and I, go to ChatGPT to settle arguments. It's fun. And we put in a question, and it said that she was right. And then it said, just like she was right a week ago about this.
Oh, did it really?
Yeah.
And you're like, thanks, Chat.
Oh, yeah. It kicked me in the face, then it kicked me in the butt.
Hey, get set, everyone, because you are aboard the Commando rocket, designed to always make sure that you are tech ahead and never left tech behind in the digital dust. I'm, of course, Kim Komando, your beloved digital goddess, and joining me is Andrew Rabinski, my cohort. You can also hear him on mornings on KEZ 99.9 FM. And you can get the Kim Komando Show coast to coast on over 420 different stations. And you can also find us as a podcast in your favorite podcast player. Just search for Commando with a K. And you can also watch the show at youtube.com/Kim Komando. And a special hello goes out to all of our listeners in the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, the Marine Corps, the Coast Guard, and the Space Force, tuning in 175 different countries. And the Commando hotline is open at 1-888-825-5254. And let me tell you, unlike ChatGPT and your favorite AI chatbot, I don't hallucinate. If you need trusted advice, that's the place to go. And you can also schedule some time with me over at the website, commando.com. There's a link that says Ask Kim. All righty, then every single day, you know the drill. I go to at least 35, 40 different websites. I put out this fabulous newsletter called The Current that you can sign up for over at getkim.com to make sure that you are, as I like to say, always tech ahead. And here are 5 things that you need to know about. And media outlets like the Wall Street Journal are fixated on Apple CEO Tim Cook. 2025 has not been his year. Apple's in trouble. 5 years ago, Johnny Ive, the designer of the iPhone, the iMac, the iWatch, the watch, and he just quit. And Apple really has never found the right person to replace him. That's strike one. Strike two, artificial intelligence. He promised that Apple would catch up and that Apple Intelligence would be amazing. It would do so many things with it. Not so much. As a matter of fact, it got so bad that they had to talk about how great artificial intelligence and Apple Intelligence was on their website. And now Johnny Ive invented a new handheld AI device that looks kind of like almost an iPhone, but he sold it for $6 billion to OpenAI. How come we can't invent something?
Whoa. He sold it for $6 billion?
Yeah.
How many sales did he have?
0. But they are going to sell 100 million of these within the next year and a half.
I'm not carrying around another device.
They say it's like they use the analogy, you have a laptop, you have a desktop.
Well, make it an app. Have it be on my phone. Just make it an app.
It's going to be this thing that you clip on that's always going to be listening. It's going to be talking back. It's going to record everything. It's going to see everything.
Are you going to do it?
Well, I have to for my job.
Okay, but there's a difference between having to for your job and doing it for a couple days or actually committed to it and wearing all the time. Where are you? Is it bedazzled? Is it laced in diamonds? Where will you, Kim Commando, clip this device?
Probably like on a shirt or an earring. No,
not happening. We've seen these products, these wearables that are supposed to be AI. What was that one product?
Human AI.
It projected something onto your hand.
Oh, that was another one. I don't remember that one. But human AI is the latest pin.
Right. And have you ever seen anybody wearing one?
No, it went under.
Exactly.
I think HP bought it.
What are they going to do?
Put it with it. Is this way you use a fraudulent ink cartridge? It's going to buzz you.
It's going to give you a shock like a cattle prod.
It's like, oh, wait, that is not an authentic HP $50 cartridge. No. Mm-mm. All right. Amazon says that it's only listening for the wake word. So one guy thought, you know what? Let's see what it is. So he went over to Amazon.com and he got a copy of every recording that they made over 9 years, 15,000 files. And anything was in there from Alexa, play a fart sound. There was also one, Alexa, do jellyfish have bottoms?
Do they?
Okay.
You don't have the answer?
I don't think so.
I got to look it up.
Have you seen a jellyfish? Womp, womp, womp. It goes like that. Let's see. The family said, please, out of the 15,000 recordings, just 41 times. Many times they told Alexa to F off. So in case you're wondering, Barry does that, by the way. And I'm like, it doesn't understand that. In case you're wondering, we have a link over at commando.com where you can get a copy of all your recordings.
I got the answer to the jellyfish question.
Does it have a bottom?
Are you curious?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, it does have a bottom.
Jellyfish do have a bottom. The underside of the belly-shaped body is where you'll find their mouth, which also serves as their anus.
Okay. That's something I didn't know until now.
Now you know.
But I can see this as a Jeopardy question.
What an unfortunate combo.
So, the answer is, do jellyfish have a bottom? Okay. What do you think?
Yes.
Okay, we're going to kind of come back down to earth after that. Thank you for that.
Fast facts. I love them.
An 80,000-pound truck flying down the highway with no one behind the wheel. That's right. Aurora Innovation became the first company to put a fully driverless 18-wheeler on Texas I-45. No one in the cab. Aurora said these rigs can run 24/7. They don't need a driver, take a pit stop, or run the risk of somebody who's drinking. There's almost no federal regulations on these self-driving semis. The company can decide when they're just safe enough. Wow. What do you think about this?
This is like a huge jobs killer. If this, because I think, and I'm not big into government getting involved in business, but I think to protect the workforce, they should mandate any over-the-road trucking, if it's automated or not, have a person in the cab at all times. So many jobs.
Yeah, but so it's jobs, but maybe you could have somebody patrolling it behind a screen someplace else.
So many jobs.
Well,
hundreds of thousands of truck drivers.
I know. We have so many that listen to Kim Commando on the radio I think it's coming.
I know it is, but we can do something about it. And remember, if you are a truck driver and you're listening, Andrew Babinski is the one who said, well, your job should be protected. Kim Commando said, they're fine.
I didn't say they're fine. I'm just saying that it's coming down the road.
It is. It absolutely is.
I mean, it's coming, and you have to prepare.
What did you say on the podcast this week on YouTube? That 25% of the jobs will be replaced by AI in the next 18 months?
Yes, a year and a half. That's right. 25% of all jobs. And that sounds like it couldn't happen. But when you start looking around, especially people in the service industry, it is. I mean, the world has fundamentally changed, and artificial intelligence has done that. Hey, if you're going to be traveling, 84 airports across the country are using facial recognition to speed up the security process. Okay. Wait times are out of control. The TSA says facial recognition technology will make it more efficient. So you insert your driver's license, passport. The camera compares your face against the one on your ID. Wow, I better be careful about that.
Why? You don't look like your ID picture?
Well, I was having a publicity shoot, and I thought, well, I might as well use that as my passport photo.
So your passport's a glamour shot?
Oh, yeah, it is. I look so good. I look so good.
No one's ever said that before.
Okay. And every time I come back from Japan or the UK or Italy or wherever, I'm always sitting there going please let me look like my passport photo. Please let me look like my passport photo.
But I thought you weren't supposed to smile in your passport photo.
It's not, but it's still
You still look good, even though with that.
Oh yeah, my hair is all perfect, my eyes and my makeup. Versus my driver's license. I had some surgery, mouth surgery, and my face was all
bloated.
I had this big round Charlie Brown face. I know. Ian's always like, "Mom, you need a new driver's license." Don't worry about that. So anyway, but the TSA says that all this data is being in a biometric database. And there's really no way to opt out. And so it's the moment that you walk into the airport, by the way, that they're tracking, not just when you get to the TSA line.
Oh, I thought they started when I left my house.
They probably could. And finally, this coming in at number 5. Back in college, I'm sure you knew people who sold their plasma. Did you ever sell your plasma?
No.
I never did either.
I thought you were talking about a television for a second.
So they would get for money.
To buy a plasma.
Yes. Axios says there's a company by the name of Verb that is paying Gen Zers $50 a month to install a tracker on their phone. It logs what they browse, they buy, and what they stream. It creates a digital clone of them in a database. Now, here's the wild part. eMarketer's company, they've been around forever. They say 88% of Gen Z is fine with sharing personal info with social media companies, 20 points higher than older generations.
Well, they're just aware that it's happening no matter what. Whether you accept it, whether you get paid for it or not, it's happening.
It is. All right, coming back here on the Kim Commando Show, an incredible story about a shark fisherman and a drone and a little girl here on the Kim Commando Show. If you own a home, listen up. This is scary. The FBI is warning about a crime on the rise, home title theft. And it doesn't happen the way you might think. No break-ins, no stolen keys, just a forged signature on a single piece of paper filed with the county. In minutes, criminals can transfer the title out of your name, then use your ownership to drain your equity or even sell your home. The worst part? Most people don't know what's happening until they get collection or foreclosure notices in the mail. That's why I trust Home Title Lock. When you visit HometitleLock.com/Kim, you'll get a free title history report and a 14-day free trial of their $1 million triple lock protection, including 24/7 monitoring of your home's title, urgent alerts to changes, and if fraud does happen. Their U.S.-based restoration team will work to restore your title, covering costs up to $1 million. Don't wait. Protect your home and equity today. Get your free 14-day trial at HometitleLock.com/Kim. That's HometitleLock.com/Kim.
Big news. Sephora is now on Uber Eats. So if you find yourself facing a beauty emergency, like needing a last-minute gift, or you're just out of your favorite mascara, again, don't panic. We got you. Order now and get $10 off on Sephora orders of $50 or more on the Uber Eats app. Order now. Offer ends October 30th. One order per customer. Additional terms apply. See app for availability. Delivery fees may apply.
The family that vacations together stays together. At least, that was the plan. Except now, the Dastardly desk clerk is saying he can't confirm your connecting rooms.
Wait, what?
That's right, ma'am. You have rooms 201 and 709.
No, we cannot be 5 floors away from our kids.
The doors have double locks. They'll be fine.
When you want connecting rooms confirmed before you arrive, it matters where you stay.
Welcome to Hilton. I see your connecting rooms are already confirmed.
Hilton, for the stay.
All right, I'm giving away $500 to you and to someone else that you get to name in our Pay It Forward challenge. You want to go to winfromkim.com. Once again, winfromkim.com. You know, I wrote about this story in the current newsletter. It's amazing. And here he is. He's on the phone with us.
I don't know this story.
Andrew in Pensacola, Florida. Now, first of all, Andrew, you're a shark fisherman.
Yep.
And what is a shark fisherman? You get sharks?
Yeah, we take the bait off the beach and then we just sit and wait, and I've got a 12.5-foot tiger shark. We get big duskies, bull sharks. I mean, all kinds of different. You name the species, great whites.
Is this catch and release, or do you stuff them? Do you eat them?
Catch and release. Catch and release.
Oh, so is this a hobby?
Yep. Yeah, this is just the hobby we do.
Wow.
This is going to sound like a stupid question. Have you ever been bit by a shark?
Yeah, ironically, 3 days ago or so, I was getting the hook out and I accidentally punched it in the tooth. So I have a pretty bad cut on my finger right now.
Oh.
Yeah, my mom always used to say, "Don't go around punching sharks in the teeth."
Yes, you don't want to do that. All right, so you're out there fishing, and tell us the story about the little girl that was caught in the riptide.
Yeah, so I never fished that area, and I just had a friend in town, and she was like, "Well, do you want to go fish there?" And I was like, "I guess so." And I just got there 10 minutes before that happened, and I had my drone put together, and I was just hanging out, and some girl her friend came running down the beach yelling, "Can anybody swim?" And it was bad rip currents, and nobody could swim. And I looked down at the drone, and the drone can carry 10 pounds, so in a very strong wind, it can carry 10 pounds in 30-mile-an-hour wind. And I ran up and got the float, and I flew it out, and I dropped it way too early, and I missed really bad. And then some lady ran and grabbed another one for me, and I flew it out there, and I lowered it right on top of her head, and she reached up and grabbed it and floated on it until the lifeguards came and got her.
Wow.
Isn't that amazing?
So instead of being able to go out there and save her, you brought a flotation device to her
using a drone
so she could hang out until the riptide was calm enough for people to save her.
Yes, she would have died if it wasn't for the life preserver. She was out there for over 5 minutes getting sucked wet. She was over 100 yards out by the time I got the life preserver to her.
Wow.
And she floated on it for probably 5 minutes until the lifeguards showed up.
And do you use the drone to scout for sharks, or were you just messing around with it?
No, a lot of people, when they shark fish, you take the bait and you can't cast that far. So you put the bait on top of the kayak, and then you kayak out 300 yards and you throw it over, and then you kayak back. But I came down with a seizure disorder, so I have to use the drone.
Okay.
So you just drone it out, and there's a release, and you can actually carry 2 at a time if you wanted.
Have you ever tried woodworking?
No. No.
I'm just hearing sharks and getting bit, but you did save a girl's life.
That's awesome.
You did, and that's amazing. That is. That's so wonderful that you were able to do that, Andrew, and I'm sure her parents and her whole family are very thankful for you to be there.
Oh, absolutely.
Gosh, could you imagine? I mean, imagine the pressure of knowing that you've got to get this ring to that little girl at that moment.
Missed the first time.
That's off. Oh, yeah, but he got it the second time.
He did it.
That was really, really something. The FBI says that if your router is over 5 years old, that you could be living with a cyber weapon. You see, when the router gets to be a certain age, the company stops making these routine security updates, which, by the way, it's not like the router companies call you up and say, Hey, Andrew, just want to let you know that your router needs a little update.
Oh, well, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Oh, sure. Anytime. So if you do have an older router, especially if it's a Linksys or a TP-Link, make sure that you want to get a new one. We have some favorites over inside our Amazon store. Go to amazon.com/shop/Kim Commando. That's amazon.com/shop/Kim Commando. Stephanie in Georgia. Hi there, Stephanie.
Hey, how's it going today, Kim?
Wonderful, wonderful. But it doesn't look like you are having a wonderful day. All I see is husband scam.
Yes.
So what's going on?
Yes. Well, I didn't catch on to this until the day after it initially happened. But he was called by someone and told that there was fraudulent activity on his account. And he had just lost a dear friend of his, so he was kind of vulnerable at the time. And I hope that was the case anyway. Otherwise, anyway. He was told there was the fraudulent activity on his account, and they wanted him to help, catch these people. And they thought that perhaps it was some of the people inside of the bank even. And they actually got him to withdraw $40,000 and just blatantly give it to him.
Wow.
What?
40,000.
So he handed someone cash?
Did he go to the bank and withdraw 40
He
grand?
went to the bank and withdrew the money and then gave it to someone in a dark SUV, suburban Cadillac, one of those kind of larger SUVs that had completely tinted out windows. And I thought initially that he had went to a parking lot and gave them the money after he had told me about it. The way I found out was the very next day. I think that was on a Thursday, and then this was a Friday. I just overheard just a tiny piece of the conversation, and they said something that just clued me in, something about him not being compliant or whatever and helping them with this, and that they couldn't, because they had frozen his account, so he wasn't able to get in and do anything online with it. And he said something, and he said, well, they're going to call me right back. So I said, no, that doesn't sound right. And so he hung up, and then they did call him back, and I listened for a moment. I even recorded part of the conversation, and I told him, I said, Marty, this isn't right. They wouldn't ask you to do this. They don't do that. You've got to stop,
Right.
And it didn't work that way.
Did he give him more money?
Yes, he gave him $40,000 more while I was even trying to block the driveway, because initially I thought he had met them in a parking lot, but in actuality I found out later that they had came to the house the first time as well as the second time, because I blocked the driveway and tried to prevent him from driving out of the driveway to go meet them, and they pulled up at our house right in front of me.
Oh, my God.
I even chased after them and lost them, of course, but, and that's neither here nor there. But, yeah, I mean, and for me to sit there and say, no, please don't stop. And he just went, I mean, I saw the money. He brought it home from the bank. It was in a paper sack, and it was all, all nice 100 crisp dollar bills. And he just handed it over to him.
There are so many questions I have for you. So many questions.
I still have questions, okay?
So I have one question about the bank. Did nobody questioned him, like, why he was taking $40,000? That's a lot of money.
That's what I thought as well. But apparently, it is his money. So if he goes in there, fills out a deposit, a withdrawal slip, and signs his name, then, he can take out whatever he wants to.
But
and
that
he
makes
had
sense.
He had over 82,000 in there, and he took out one withdrawal at 40,000, and then the next day when I caught on, he took out another 40,000. I saw the money in the bag, and he walked right past my car and handed it to him.
But that makes sense why they said they believe someone inside the branch was part of this security breach. So that when they do ask you, what are you using this money for? You go, oh, I'm going to buy a boat or whatever, because you're working with them to catch whoever's in the bank.
Yeah, but wouldn't you think that? But the bank employees need to be trained. If an older person comes in,
can we ask his age?
Let's say 65.
Okay.
So not like over the hill and far away, but yeah.
But if somebody comes in and says, I was talking to somebody, or I guess he would be afraid to say.
But he didn't say that. He just filled out the the withdrawal slip, took it up to the teller, handed it to him, and I guess they just gave him the money.
Now,
and like I said, I wasn't even there.
Now, did he just get a phone call out of the blue?
He got a phone. I think he got a phone call out of the blue saying that something about someone was trying to cash a check in Texas at a Mexican restaurant or something. And I thought that was kind of peculiar. But anyway, just recently, as a matter of fact, since I had reached out to you guys, he's received 2 other calls that I'm aware of.
Of course, now he's a target.
Right.
Now he's a target.
He told the bank, and can I say the bank's name?
Sure.
It was Wells Fargo.
And how did they respond?
They said they did everything right, of course, and as far as taking the money out, but no, I kind of lost track of where I was going with that. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. I mean, you got a lot going on.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, you're going to call the FBI, file a local police report, and I would write a letter to the president of Wells Fargo Bank in San Francisco.
Right.
And
that's a great idea. I didn't even consider that.
Say, how come your people let this happen? I mean, I know that there are some banks that are giving training that when somebody comes in and they want to withdraw a lot of money, not just once, but twice, that he withdrew $40,000.
Yeah, exactly. And it was on a Thursday and then the very next Friday. And yes. I told him, I said, he in between when the guy hung up and he said, they're going to call me right back. He said, you wouldn't believe what happened yesterday. And I was like, what? Tell me. And he said, I was part of a sting operation. I said, a sting operation? Really? And I mean, right then I knew there was, but he didn't.
Does he not think that he got scammed now?
Oh yeah. He knew right after he handed him the money the second time. I pulled out of the driveway and he called me immediately and thought he had been scammed. And he said, they're calling me back and I'm going to take them, they wouldn't let him hang up the phone. He had to stay on the phone the whole time. So they didn't want anybody else to, he said, you're not supposed to know about this. It was all secretive. It was all, it was obvious to me that it was a scam, but it wasn't to him. And he just would not listen to me.
Well, they get enamored. They con them. They know exactly what to say.
It's all psychological.
It is. It's just such manipulation at this point.
And then after that, the horrifying, he went to sleep that night, if you want to call it that. He would wake up in the middle of the night and just scream.
Of course.
It was horrible.
Well,
it's devastating to these people, and I keep thinking of all these other people that are being ripped off in one way or another, very similar to this, or losing their homes, and if there's anything I can do on my end to help other people from, going through this, because it's devastating.
Yeah.
Financially, mentally.
And then also,
it's devastating.
Yes, mentally, emotionally. He lost his manhood. He lost his manhood in front of you.
Right? Everything. Everything. He didn't listen to me, which is another thing. But, you feel stupid. It's not a good feeling.
Well, by you coming on the show, hopefully you've helped some people.
Absolutely.
Who maybe getting a phone call to say, we're from the secret department at the bank and we want you to help us figure out who's stealing from us at the bank and we need you to go.
From the fraud department,
whatever.
et cetera.
Yeah.
They're not going to do that. They're not going to call you. They're not going to text you. None of that. And people just really need to know they're not just going to do that.
And you're not going to take your money out of that bank and give it to a secret fraud investigator for safekeeping,
Right. Why would? And so they told him, they proved to him on his account they showed where they had deposited the $40,000 in his account, and it wasn't really his money.
No, it's all bogus. They can create, they can.
And that's exactly what they did.
They can create any type of situation. They can create any type of document, any type of video, any type of phone call. Scammers, they have so many different tools at their disposal right now. So do make sure that you follow the basic steps. Go to the Internet Crime Complaint Center, the FBI. Go to your local FBI office if you can. File a police report. Write that letter to the president of Wells Fargo. Try to grab some words from this individual off the website. I always like when they use words like, our customer security is paramount or number one. Go ahead and use that in the first sentence. Dear Bob, you said your customer security is number one. It's blah, blah, blah. Well, let me tell you why it's not. They got insurance. Let's see if we can get some of that money back. I don't know if you're going to get all 80 back. God, $80,000. Not just once, twice.
Every week when I come home, Lisa goes, how's the show? Tell me about the topics on the show. And I bring up one of the scam callers. And she's like, another one. I can't believe another one. But my response is every time we take one, we're educating somebody.
I know. That's my hope. That's my hope.
Hopefully the next time someone gets a call, they hang up.
AARP has something called the Fraud Watch Network. AARP Fraud Watch Network. You can learn about it on their website. They have counseling, peer support, and they also have fraud case management. Some people who can help direct you. Again, that's AARP, their Fraud Watch Network. Gosh, so sad. All right. It takes 8 years and over $100,000 to become a pharmacist. Now, a big part of that job is making sure that the right meds go to the right person. Now, Walgreens is now using robots to fill prescriptions, and they have these massive fulfillment centers, robotic arms bottling the meds for blood pressure and diabetes and everything else. They crank out 16 million prescriptions a month for 5,000 stores. Isn't that crazy?
What a huge number.
Pharmacists, they say, do a final check, but the bots handle most of the work. It's saving Walgreens a ton of money. They say prescription fill costs are down 13%. They've saved $500 million. Now, I don't know about that because I just got some eye drops the other day and $72 for eye drops.
2-year supply, 3-year supply.
90 days.
Oh, boy.
Now, but if I buy it at UCLA, the same eye drops are $12.
You should go. Well, flight. Can you
I
find
have to
a
go to LA.
$40 flight and save some money?
Maybe I could. All right. Still to come, the longest Uber ride on record. It's a little fun fact for you here on the Kim Komando Show. Rich in Sacramento, California. Hi there, Rich.
Hello, Kim.
Welcome.
Great. Love to hear from you. I'm glad I could get on. I love your newsletter, The Current.
Well, thank you.
Read that a lot. Yeah.
So how can I help you out?
Well, okay. Trying to make it as short as I can. We lost our granddaughter a little over a year ago.
Sorry.
Due to a very rare cancer. And she was quite the artist and the designer and straight-A student and all of this. And she has her bunch of portfolios. And some of her artistry, what she loved to do other than creating her own, was to go online and pull up a website, typically anime characters.
Mm-hmm.
And what she would do is copy those in her own artistry and with her own watercolors and pencils and paints and inks and things like that. And she was quite good at that, but obviously it's a copy, not the original. Here's the thing. My daughter now, her mom, wants to put her artwork sort of a legacy for her. She was always into animals and doing volunteer work at shelters and things like that and participating in environmental things. She wants to put some of this artwork on some products such as cups, a water mug, a T-shirt, a crossbody bag, or something. In other words, create a business that would use her artwork in her memory and promote any kind of a portion of the proceeds would go toward her volunteer work, animal rights things, and through shelters and things like that my granddaughter loved to participate in.
Yeah, you just have to be careful because if it's original art, it's copywritten, as you mentioned at the top of the call, beginning of the call, then she's going to get into copyright infringement. I mean, basically, you have the inspired by. If the artwork is an original interpretation or contains different elements, say over 50%, and I'm not a copyright lawyer, I can't give you legal advice, but this has been my experience, then you could say it's an interpretation. But if it closely replicates someone else's work, color scheme, details, layout, subject, that's where it could be subject to copyright. You guys are going to get in trouble. So what you can do is upload your granddaughter's image and do a reverse Google image search to see where else that might appear. And Google's AI will tell you whether or not it's actually, pretty close to the original. The other thing you might want to consider is on whatever you sell, the mug, the crossbody bag or whatever, put a QR code. And then if somebody scans that QR code, that they're sent to a page all about your granddaughter. So that this way we keep that legacy alive. Rich, thank you so much for your call. If you need any help afterwards, I'm here for you on the Kim Komando Show. Andrew, longest Uber ride, how long?
26 hours.
2,000 miles. Mr. Beast took an Uber all the way from North Carolina to California. The fare, over $5,000. Hey, make sure that you enter to win in our Pay It Forward challenge. Do it now while you're thinking about it. Go to winfromkim.com. That's the end of hour 3. But don't worry, if you want more good stuff, make sure that you sign up for my free newsletter. Head over to getkim.com.
Every minute your finance team spends wrestling with data is a minute lost. Insight Software's AI-powered insights instantly move you from complexity to clarity. Automated analysis, real-time reporting, strategic recommendations, all at your fingertips. Transform how your finance team works and watch your business grow. Stop wasting time. Start making smarter decisions. Learn more at insightsoftware.com/AI.